subjective and therefore stays out of it. And the feedback we've had from people within the game is that this is a pretty subjective situation. It's split opinion. So on that basis, the VAR, working to that high threshold, kind of followed the right course in not getting involved.
Yeah. The overall quality of the opposition tonight. And I know you said that 1-1 draw to take away from coming away from home in Europe isn't a bad result, but is it another game where they should have got a better result?
You could argue that, but it's not always easy coming to these places. We've seen that over the years. Going to European away, any European away game is difficult. So I don't think it was the most hostile of atmospheres. I think I've seen better atmospheres, and I think United, they played well without looking like actually going on to win the game convincing, if you know what I mean. They were always in the game. They were never going to be out of the game for next week. Again, a slight concern is where the goals are going to come from. I think, look, they should win at home, but we say this every single time, and sometimes they disappoint you.
Will they? One word? Will they win? Go on, we've got to go. Give me one word.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah, he says yes. Karen?
Yes, come on.
There we go. We are going to be pitch side next week. He's honest in his interviews, Paul, something that we spoke about a little bit earlier. He said there he could see fatigue in his players. He could see they were tired. Could you see that?
I'm not sure it's fatigue. I think they just injected a little bit of pace, which they hadn't had in the game. I think Becker and Oscarson, as we said, were quicker players that they actually had. They had some nice technical players, don't get me wrong, but these two brought a little bit of speed to it. I thought United played well for the majority of the game. They do tend to collapse in games when they concede a goal. That, I say it didn't happen. They didn't concede after.
They didn't concede again.
Didn't concede again after the first one. They conceded a couple of chances. But they've stayed. Look, they're right in this game. There's no doubt about that. And going next week, it's where the goal's going to come from. United didn't create an awful lot of chances. Obviously, Xerxes got the goal. Hoyland, again, didn't really look that much of a goal threat. I thought he was quicker than their centre halves. I thought they missed a little bit of a trick, Manchester United, to just dink it in behind him. A little bit of backspin. He can run onto it because he was quicker than them. I don't think they got much pace at all at the back. You thought Garnacho maybe picked up a little injury.
I don't know. He didn't look like, we've seen him live so many times. He didn't look like he had that burst, and he had something taped around his knee, and we know he's carried something before. So I don't want to be too critical of him because, I didn't feel he was himself tonight. And maybe he just had a poor game. Who knows? But I don't
what
think
weren't you seeing?
Physically, I don't think the output, and I think the manager is right. I do think fatigue played a part. I don't know with Garnacho, like I said, he had his knee taped up.
He looks like he's sulking a little bit to me, Karen.
But Scorsese, they haven't played. He hasn't maybe won the game that he thought. They haven't dominated the game. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. I do think fatigue was a factor tonight. I think the first half you had momentum, you had the chances, you didn't take them, and as the game stretches up, you're asking big distances to run. They bring on subs. He's got no one to bring on. So actually, for the first. Not the first time I agree with him, I actually do hear what he's saying in that aspect.
Could some of it maybe be mental fatigue as well? Because it's been such a poor season for United overall.
I'm not having the fatigue, but I think they're all right. I just think they injected a little bit of pace, and that was it. I don't think there's great legs in this Manchester United team tonight, but they didn't need them. We saw Bruno and Casemiro. Casemiro has been slagged off probably all his career for not great legs, but he's a great footballer. He knows how to play the position. He was never threatened tonight, and I don't think that'll happen next week either as well. I think where I was a little bit disappointed with Garnacho, his biggest strength is running through. He gives you penetration. Sometimes he makes the wrong decisions. Yeah, he does. He creates the wrong finish, or he doesn't give the right ball. But it's just that lack of energy tonight from him, and a little bit of sulkiness, I think. And look, he'll get better, and he needs to get better because they haven't really got anything else to call upon, have they?
Considering
Ruben, a draw tonight, are you happy with that or not?
No, I felt until the penalty we had the control of the game, and then I think the penalty changed a little bit the momentum. I felt our team in the last 30 minutes were really tired, and you can feel it in the game. So we take this stage to Old Trafford. It's going to be a different game. The